Hello everyone and welcome back to X4. Well, in the last episode we managed to build designate a small path through these asteroids which lead to here, which is basically a jump gate but is inactive right now, and we are trying to re-establish it. And here comes the fleet. They will make their way over there, and once they arrive they will establish an outpost and they will contact us eventually. For now, I suppose we are free to go back to the Commonwealth basically. So let's go ahead and do so. And by the way, in the last episode, the station construction was a little bit bugged. Basically, we were trying to build those new modules, but for some reason the construction ship was building one of the solid storages and then demolishing it and then trying to rebuild it. But now that I have reloaded the game, it should be fixed. So tell you what, I will give it as much money as we can to the construction fund and they can get back to work. There we go. So theoretically we should have that solid storage built right now. And yes, so we have both a container and a solid storage. So at this point this station is back in business. Okay, after these solid storages are built, we will start with the energy production and then the rest of the silicon wafer production. Okay then, so the station is back in business as I've said, and at this point the miners should be dropping off their cargo. Well, they will wake up eventually. This one is, for example, is already moving back. Eventually all of them will start dropping. For example, this one is woken up. So yeah, the station is coming back to life. Good. We really need the money because, as you can see, our bank balance is completely empty. All our money is in the construction fund right now. Anyways, we should get contacted relatively soon once the fleet reaches the new jump gate. And then can I go back and maybe that will trigger it? I'm not sure. Anyways, you know what? I think I might brave the Sanctuary of Darkness a little bit. I just want to take a look at some of the asteroids. Maybe we can find some crystals. Basically, as far as I can tell, the more dangerous the sector, the higher value the crystals are. So let's just jump through. And we do not want to go this way. That is where the bug nest is. We want to go this way where we have already been. So basically we are looking for shimmers on these asteroids as usual.
We've established a perimeter around the inactive jump gate. Now we are commencing the construction of an outpost. Do not elevate your hopes quite yet. Experimentation shall begin soon, but jump gate technology is very alien and highly volatile. We do not know for certain whether we can ever successfully force a connection, particularly without real-time coordination with our Kingdom and counterparts. Nonetheless, we have an ideal candidate gate for experimentation. The Alliance of the World is an obligation to our cousins in Kingdom and to try our utmost. These technological marvels have eluded our understanding to date. Something about the interface has remained stubbornly out of reach. The final spark. In any case, Explorer, congratulations. You have performed your part, and you have done so unimpeachably. We will keep you updated on our progress in the coming years. And, if fate wills it, you will Take flight to our neighboring Amazon. Great explorers and scientists.
Right. I didn't see any shimmers whatsoever, so I am not sure if I actually saw a twinkling on those asteroids or if it was just reflections from the lightning. I might look back on the editing, but I am not convinced that I did see any shimmers. So anyways, we should be contacted by BoFu in basically any second now, and we can continue with the main mission. I suppose I will take a look at this station in the meantime.
Assistant, you must forgive my absence in your most recent exploratory endeavors. It is just, I have been somewhat preoccupied with my own observations. When did Mako say the Alliance of the Word plans to conclude their experiments?
Well, the expedition leader did suggest that he would keep us up to date over the coming years.
What? Years, you say? That is... Oh my, that is rather disappointing. I had hoped to contribute to their experiments right away. Well, since you are already running errands in Boron space, would you mind assisting me in my personal research? Ever since my tentacles first grasped the scientific equipment in this research installation, I have been utterly fascinated by the Great Reef Nebula. Even if that pesky Sagaris Pioneers vessel is complicating accurate measurement collection at the moment, you see, I have identified several neutron stars. Magnetars, in fact, which pulse in an oddly specific way. One could be an anomaly. Two might be a coincidence, but I have already identified a potential third. I need you to verify my observations, independently. To that end, I have compiled a list of positions in Great Reef that I need you to visit. Please do forgive me if I appear somewhat excitable. There is a chance that this could point to a discovery of immeasurable significance.
Professor Tar has informed me of your exciting plans. You must let me accompany you. In fact, I will not take no for an answer. The Alliance is in the midst of their preparation. I have to say, the deluge of scientific jargon leaves me cold. I much prefer action.
Right, this is the mission that will continue the Boron storyline, so let's just take care of it real quick.
You have arrived at the precise position. Excellent. Taking measurements now. No, this is no good. We will have to disregard these readings. Oh well, this shall not dishearten us. Assistant, onwards to the next position.
Professor Tar, may I ask you a personal question?
By all means, Reuniting.
What makes you choose to remain out there, all alone in that tiny tank of yours? Are you not tempted to reunite with your kind, now that we are reconnected?
Nothing would delight me more than to explore the provinces myself, and to get out of this tube for once. But my work is simply too important. After years enslaved in the service of advancing split weaponry, I now preside over what is quite possibly the most advanced scientific facility in the network. I am sorely tempted to abandon post, even if it is just for a little while. I would most certainly love to see the Great Reef in person, but ultimately, my work here is so much more important than my personal desires.
So what is behind your enduring fascination with Great Reef? If you will forgive my candor, you seem to be rather fixated on this particular system.
Actually, I was born there. Not that I would have any memory of it. Then shortly, after I was hatched, I was taken to Argon space.
But wait, that would mean you were released.
Yes, indeed. If the records are correct, I am 47 years old.
Absolutely incredible. I never imagined I would ever meet someone so aged and venerable.
Hence my fear of spending time away from my laboratory. While my mind remains sharp, I must exercise it for the benefit of all, making the second set of measurements. Blasted photoplankton! Nothing! Again! We shall try once more. I know I am onto something. I can feel it in my fins.
You know, it is strange. Our lifespan is short. At least in comparison to the other known sentient species, when you think about it. Very few Boron of the provinces adrift will recall Kingdom End, or the benevolent leadership of our monarch. Yet, ask any one of them, and finding a way back home will be their preeminent priority. How is it that we are driven to pursue such things, even on the thinnest of leads? Is this inherent Boron naivete, or an innate scientific drive?
That is simply our nature. We are known for being pacifists and scientists. But underneath all of that, are we not first optimists?
So, we are about to find the correct position, and there we go. This is the position.
Excellent! Yes, this position seems promising. Taking readings of the phenomenon now. Curious. What? No, this will not do at all. Assistant, something seems to be interfering with the measurements. You must get to the bottom of this at once.
I wonder what it could be.
This asteroid is highly unusual. It appears to emit some form of residual energy, impeding the accuracy of my readings. You must destroy it.
Wait, what? Is that really necessary? Can you not simply account for the interference and adjust your readings accordingly? Or reposition the ship a little for clearer measurements?
Inconceivable! We cannot jeopardize these readings in any way. There is no room for error or extrapolation. Everything must be exact. A controlled detonation would be the best course to pursue.
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory. You will need spacesuit bombs to detonate the asteroid. Allow me to drop some for you to use at your discretion. Oh, a word of warning. Do not let the authorities find you with this contraband.
Did they scan already? Yeah, I think they are leaving. Okay, thankfully they scanned us before we picked this up. That was lucky. So let's just bring it inside. There we go.
Now don your spacesuit, assistant.
And let's destroy the asteroid.
Excellent. Attach several bombs to the asteroid now.
And that should do it. So once all of them are attached, there we go.
Quite the spectacle. Obliteration may have appeared to be an extreme approach to resolving our issue, but it seems to have done the trick. Assistant, please return to the initially designated position at once.
Empty space.
Taking measurements now. This is... Oh my! Would you look at that? That is 5 magnetars, each rotating at a comparable speed. No, wait, actually, this cannot be right. One rotation every 1.884 seconds, which equals one rotation per 3.14 thorium transitions, which... Oh, you might not be following. Their rotational speeds are precisely identical.
5? With identical speeds? But that is impossible.
As we are observing it right now, it would be more accurate to say that it is highly improbable. But yes, the odds of this phenomenon occurring naturally are incredibly, unfathomably minuscule. And, viewed from this position, their positioning appears oddly symmetrical as well. The stars seem to be pointing towards that blue giant. I wonder if... Oh my! The radiation readings emanating from the blue giant are incredible.
Incredible. How?
They are oddly regular, in a manner that should not be possible, and they repeat, like a signal. Could this be what we have been missing? Surely not. That would mean... Did someone mean for us to find this?
Wait. A message written in the stars. For you?
Oh no, please. Not meant for me specifically. But this constellation cannot conceivably be a natural occurrence. Its existence is a manifestation of intent. The Alliance of the Word still seeks a means to interface with the gate technology. We may well have just found something worthy of closer inspection. I shall forward these findings to Nomenklaret's team immediately. Assistant, you should head back to the expedition outpost now. In the meantime, I shall apply my intellectual suckers to the details of our discovery.
Explorer, do not for a nanosecond think that I am not coming with you.
Okay then, so we have everything we need to open the gate at this point.
This discovery that you and Bozo Ta have made is tremendously interesting. I cannot yet explain how the two are connected, but these energy readings seem to be compatible with the jump gate, at least according to the science team's tentative simulations.
It is a cipher, deliberately placed to allow us access to the network.
I do not know whether that can be said conclusively. These are fantastical claims to be making without any weight or evidence. Perhaps the jump gates draw some of their function from anomalous occurrences, such as your synchronized stellar bodies. Or perhaps whoever built these gates used the blue giant as a constant point of reference, one that is detectable throughout key areas of the network and used for calibration of some kind. We do not yet have sufficient data, so I hesitate to spring to conclusions. That said, your findings certainly accelerate our scientific timeline. Explorer, talk to me in person so that I may proceed.
It is quite obvious why he is so hesitant to entertain my hypothesis. I shall admit, it seems rather ludicrous on the face of it, but I believe he will rue dismissing the concept so readily. To encounter this phenomenon now, just as we are making our first foray into jump gate interaction, is a coincidence of astronomical proportions.
Danger. Hazardous region detected. Autopilot. Disengage.
Okay, we wandered into the danger zone a little bit. Was it under or... yeah, we went a little bit too far down. I mean, the autopilot went a little bit too far down. Let's just get back into the ecliptic and we can continue our journey. So we should be more or less going this way. You know what? Before we get there, let me stop. There, I will get out and repair the ship. I think it would be better if we were, well, not so damaged. Thankfully, repair lasers can, repair ships. And since this is a very small ship, we can repair it relatively quickly. On the bottom right, you can see the whole percentage going up slowly. If it was a bigger ship, it would be extremely slow. But thankfully, this is just a small fighter ship. So we can, as I've said, repair it relatively quickly. And, well, you might have guessed, yes, we are actually going into combat, so we might as well take care of this now.
Docking granted. Mako.
Okay, so let's get to the jump gate and let's see what happens next.
Ah, there you are. I have briefed Lita Wee's administration on a research strategy and experimentation protocols. The science team is making the final calibrations. And, as you can see, the Alliance of the Word has worked strenuously to construct all of the necessary energy infrastructure.
We have concluded our preparations, awaiting confirmation to proceed.
Oh, the delicious heady feeling of pre-experiment anticipation. But Assistant, I would be surprised if our experiments here escape the attention of the Kha'ak.
The Boron scientist has a point. I shall defer to your judgment on when we should commence the experiment. Shall we initiate proceedings? Science team, you have authorization. You are green to go.
Uploading frequency profile as signal template. Oh yes, the change in energy signature is immediately detectable.
Indubitably, the signal you helped extract activated something within the gate's mechanism.
I can confirm that we can interface with the jump gate. It appears that we can input basic commands.
All of this seems to indicate that I really am onto something with the cipher hypothesis. The cadence of the blue giant's radiation output acts as a sort of key.
Introduce energy now.
Affirmative.
Stay on guard, everyone. Explorer, get back out there. Maintain a secure perimeter around the jump gate.
Mako.
And here come the bugs. Let's go ahead and take care of them.
Kha'ak, as expected.
Oh no, and with such calamitous timing.
Forager. Forager. Protector. Queen's Guard.
I'm covering you.
Forager. Hive Guard. Forager.
Oh my goodness, I feel quite nauseous. Something is happening.
Everyone, fall back. Regroup at my position.
A giant spike in radiation.
Well, this is certainly new.
Initial readings?
Everything. All scans seem to indicate regular jump gate function.
Incredible! It really does appear as though we managed to establish a connection between two gates.
But does it lead to Kingdom End?
There's only one method for ascertaining the answer to that question. Fleet, move out.
Wait! There is an energy flux.
And transition is achieved. Green lights across the board. No immediate danger detected. Oh my goodness! There's a fleet of Commonwealth ships, right here. Greetings, friends. Please tell me you are with the Alliance of the Word.
We are indeed.
Judging by the equipment surrounding this gate, would it be presumptuous to imagine that you had a hand in activating the jump gate from this side?
With the help of the local Boron population, yes.
How very impressive. Our scientists have been endeavoring to achieve this for countless times, but to no avail. Then suddenly, without warning, something changed, and we were able to interface with the jump gate.
Yes, we have just made the significant breakthrough that brings everything together.
You simply must share your findings with us. In the meantime, We will harden the gate defensive positions and establish patrols. And of course, our most venerable and beloved Queen Polyphides wishes to receive you and your subordinates to thank you for all you have achieved.
It would be an honor.
We will also need to instigate ties with the local administration.
I may be able to assist in that regard, and I cannot deny how thrilled I would be to come aboard as ambassador to my long-lost Boron brethren.
Explorer, you and Bozo Ta were pivotal to the success of this entire undertaking. It would only be right for the two of you to join me in my audience with the Queen.
Me? Meet the Queen? This is all so overwhelming.
Alright, let's go to the next system. And as you might have guessed, this is going to be Kingdom End. Finally, I believe we have re-established connection with the Boron homeworld. Now we just need to make a small journey through the systems and we should be talking with the Queen, and after that I think the main mission is complete. So, give me a second while I go there.
Entering reflected stars.
I still cannot believe it. Kingdom End. In my lifetime. Look how beautiful it is. And we did it. We established the connection. And we are summoned by the Queen, no less.
What a marvelous turn of events indeed. And it is reassuring to see the seat of Boron civilization faring so well. They have weathered isolation far better than the provinces. That is for certain. A strong economy, political stability, no signs of strife or unrest. They seem to be at peace. Now we can finally bring the provinces adrift back into the fold. And my people can finally share in that sweet tranquility.
Successfully docked.
Oh, this is so exciting!
Greetings, travelers. It is our great pleasure as reigning monarch of the Queendom of Boron to receive you all in this historic moment. Our royal steward positively gushed with praise for his allies, and so I wish to thank each one of you who was so critical in bringing these long-lost systems back into the fold. First, Numunkaret, fearless leader without whose vision and doggedness an expedition of such scale would never have been possible. You have our deepest gratitude.
You are most welcome, Your Majesty. The pursuit of knowledge and unity is my paramount drive. I could no more relinquish the task than I could cease breathing.
Nilati, our loyal subject and long-lost kinswoman. You have done your utmost to maintain the safety and security of the severed realm, despite hardship and adversity. And Steward Leader informs us that not for one moment did you let the dream of Kingdom End die. You have our deepest gratitude.
It is such an honor to be here, Your Grace. Just to be here, to see the home planet, is all the reward I will ever need.
And now for the prodigal spawn, Bozo Ta. You spent a whole lifetime away from home, isolated from all fellow Boron in the most unimaginable manner, and yet you did not let these dreadful circumstances deter you. Welcome home, Bozota.
Please forgive me. I have no words.
All rise. And then, of course, there is you, the most resourceful, courageous explorer. We have been informed that your grit and fortitude were the backbone of this venture. Without your endeavors, it is doubtful that the Boron of Kingdom End would now be reunited with their brethren, or the Commonwealth at large. We thank you from the deepest well of our being. Now, Numankaret, we expect that you and your science team will be quite busy for some time to come, exchanging your findings with our own scientists and making sense of all that has occurred here. Yet still, we have a favor to ask of you. It has been a long time since we last shared the network with other species. We ask that you use your expertise to coordinate a mission to reach out to our old allies and adversaries. Let them know that the Boron of Kingdom End have returned.
I would be honored to oversee such an undertaking, and I already know the perfect candidate to take up these emissarial duties. Explorer, what do you say?
Of course we will accept. It presents a unique opportunity to explore every corner of the network.
We can only thank all of you again. You are great friends to our people. But now, we are afraid that we must ask you all to take your leave. Our royal duties cannot be postponed any longer. Farewell, dear friends of Boron.
This concludes the royal audience. Our honored guests, you are invited to hold your inaugural mission briefing at the designated venue.
Please follow me. To be the first outsiders to step in front of a Boron Queen in decades. How incredible! And you get a promotion to Royal Emissary. Congratulations! I shall do my best to coordinate your tasks and duties. Before we commence with business matters, may I say that it is a great honor to work with you heralds on your royal mission. My part is to provide you with the necessary information for your mission manager, and to monitor your progress. Other than that, I will contact you should the need arise. Over the course of this endeavor, there will be multiple missions for you to choose from. While it is your duty to complete all missions, the order in which you pursue them is a matter for your own discretion. You are now ready to embark upon your voyage. I shall return to the expedition to oversee the science team. So much data to pore over. So many questions still unanswered. You have performed a great service to the scientific community. Thank you. See it through thoroughly to completion, and you will be the pride of the Queendom.
Renowned friend, which assignment did you receive? To a Boron scientist? Surely they have a convenient supply of BoFu secured. I am afraid you may have drawn the short straw. A mere courier assignment. I am responsible for establishing a defense treaty with the Argon Federation. I wish you the best of luck. Farewell, dear friend.
Right, so apparently we need to deliver 50 units of BoFu to, well, to Bozota. So, is it on board already or... Let me just take a look. So I do believe we need to go to the pickup point or not. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at the station too. I don't want to leave it on the back burner. Oh, lovely. We have 400,000 already in the station account. I will take out this much and put it into the construction fund. Obviously, we still need about 1 million before this whole thing is finished. And let me just take a look at the actual station. So we have... Right. We are still building the storages. Well, not much we can do. All we can do right now is to wait until everything is built. Tell you what, I think we can speed things up a little bit if I tell this courier to stop trading energy cells just a little bit. Once it delivered the current cargo, I will reassign it as a trader for the build storage. In fact, let me see, do we need energy cells for the build? Yes, we do. Okay. In that case, can you please just be a trader for the build storage? There we go. They are now in Gamma Group. So they should basically go out and purchase all the building materials that are still missing, obviously using the station funds, and that should basically speed up the construction a little bit at least. Also, now obviously with 3 extra refined metal factories, the amount of refined metals we have is quite a bit. Maybe we can increase the money they go for. So yeah, I think maybe we can go up to 106. You know, let's go to 170 and let's see if we can still sell them. We don't really need to sell, you know, this much. I think maybe we can sell a little bit less, but for more money. If we stop selling, obviously I will lower the price, but I think we are going to be okay. Also, what are you buying now? Whole parts, exactly what we need. Perfect. Okay then.
You are in Her Majesty's service, I see. How very commendable. It is of the utmost urgency that this modest BoFu delivery arrives at my facility. Please deliver the consignment, and then we will be immediately thereafter. I have marked a BoFu chemical lab station, which sells BoFu. But feel free to find a more lucrative trade source.
Mission interrupted. New mission activated.
That's fine. Yeah, let's just buy the 50 units and fly to him.
Charismatic in person.
Yes, indeed. When she looks at you, it is like you are the only person for 20 parsecs.
Did you ever believe you would meet a monarch?
Never. Nor would I have expected to have the honor of such an important responsibility.
What was your impression of the Alliance representative?
Very nice and professional.
Matter of fact,
Indeed.
The Queen's heralds are reminded not to broadcast their private observations publicly.
My deepest apology.
Wait, wasn't this ship on the Queen's Herald's ship? Oh, right, I told them to come here, so once the AI took over, they executed that. Okay, tell you what, let's just dock at the HQ and that's going to be fine. And this guy, yeah, this guy is being busy exploring, exactly as I asked. Perfect. Okay, so how is the station doing these days? It is making money, we are still selling stuff, that's great. And are we delivering the next batch of all parts? How far is it? Oh, they are moving quite far away. Oh yeah, and by the way, how is the manager these days?
Entering towering wave.
There we go, now they are skill 2. They are improving.
Dear passing pilots of assorted heritage and disposition, By the grace of Her Majesty the Queen, it is our privilege to aid the reintegration of the provinces adrift into the venerable and resilient Queendom of Boron. Regrettably, there appears to be an ongoing misunderstanding with the inhabitants of this otherwise picturesque sector. I hereby call upon your civil courage and request that you join us.
Right, so many messages. Let's just take a look at the map. Do we have any extra missions that we accidentally accepted? So we need to just deliver some BoFu to Bosota, and that's it, right? No, wait, we still need to attend this promotion ceremony, and that's going to be it, I think.
Entering
There we go.
Sanctuary of Darkness.
Okay, I do believe that, yes, the autopilot goes around the correct way.
Input system to our own. But their capacity is simply tremendous.
Our blueprints were, of course, based on the theories that they shared with us in their transmission. So that should not come as a surprise. Establishing a connection between jump gates requires staggering quantities of resources. Yet, it appears that those resources need not be equally balanced between the gate loci. Thankfully, the Boron have been laying the groundwork for our breakthrough for decades. We suspected that was the case. Hope so even, but until now, we could not be entirely certain.
So nice to see so many civilian ships flying around in the Sanctuary of Darkness. People are reclaiming the territory. That's great. So anyways, let's fly through and...
Entering system, Great Reef.
Theoretically, this is the station that we need to go to. Okay, after that, it is right here. Okay. So we should have... I wonder, are we going to have enough room for 50 units? If not, then I might have to repurpose this courier for this. I guess we will see. Anyways, I will see you once we arrive. In the meantime, let's just keep an eye on the station. I want to make sure it actually, you know, works as intended. For example, we can take off quite a bit of money from the station accounts and apply them to the construction accounts. And all parts are still not delivered. Oh, where is the courier? Okay, it is now bringing it back. 163. Well, it will have to do. Anyways, we are right... No, not the station, please. So, let's dock and let's see if we can deliver the 50 units that we need to deliver.
Hello there. I see you are making progress with the BoFu delivery assignment. How wonderful.
Seriously? Oh, not enough money. Okay, for a second I was a little bit worried. Let me just... I don't think we have any money left on the Heretics and HQ. Yeah, it is completely empty. That's fine. In that case, I will request a bit of money from the Grand Exchange Station. Now we should have enough. Okay, thankfully we can deliver it.
Mission completed. New mission activated. Jump gate, barren shores.
Okay then, so we are on our way to the HQ. After that, we should be done with this mission. And I think that might be the end of this episode because we are approaching the 1 hour mark. And obviously I don't want to run over time, and I think we might as well call this good enough for this Boron questline. There will be missions that we could undertake. I might do them later, maybe even off camera. I'm not sure if I want to do that, but who knows, maybe we will do it. But for now, I think we can call it good enough on this storyline. Anyways, I wanted to check. Yes, this guy is mining silicon, or I don't know, and silicon, that's great, and silicon, good. I did notice that the Grand Exchange Station was favoring ores, but yeah, now they are trying to maintain some kind of a balance between ores and silicon. And by the way, did the delivery arrive yet? Yes. So we are building this. I just want to make sure that we are actually building this.
Entering system, barren shores.
There we go, now we are flying through barren shores. I want to make sure that once this one is finished, we actually move on to the next building. I don't want to repeat that little bug that we have encountered in the last episode. Perfect. We are building the next one. Okay, that means that the amount of solid storage is expanded quite a bit. Configure station, and yes, we have now 2 solid storages, and this one is being built. After that, we will move on to the energy cell production, and once that one is taken care of, the station will be basically completely self-sufficient. It will only rely on the miners to keep it supplied. After that, it will be on its own and making us some nice amounts of money. Oh yeah, and by the way, are we selling the whole parts? Sorry, not the refined metals. Not all of them. Maybe we should go a little bit lower on the price. I think this might be a little bit too much. Maybe 160. Let's give that a try. I will check back on this later. So where are we right now? We are in watchful gaze. Right, this was the big empty sector, I believe. Yes. Okay, after that we will be in Heretics End. Perfect. So what are you? Oh, right, the patriarchy. Well, I will leave you to it. And we have Boron ships going back and forth. They are already active in the Commonwealth. Very happy to see it. And we have Argon ships coming in as well. Lovely. Okay then. So let's go ahead and dock at the headquarters. Okay, so we now just need to talk to him and we should be done.
Hello there. Ah, yes, my beloved BoFu. Indeed you did. Oh, Her Delightful Majesty. Yes, well, not quite the Queen. I may have hijacked your mission communications a tad, just to imbue this delivery with some alacrity. However, the BoFu shipment is very much appreciated. Incidentally, your biosignature indicates somewhat elevated stress levels. Fret not. I shall assist you by extricating my intervention from your mission communications. Indeed, I see you are behind on a number of very important royal duties.
Yeah, very funny. Okay then. So, yeah, it was just a little personal quest.
Where have you been? Our connection was interrupted. The technicians have not yet figured out why, but the issue seems resolved. Let us get back on course in the pursuit of Her Majesty's diplomatic endeavors. You can find your current tasks in your mission manager. Choose which to pursue first, and activate it for further guidance.
Right, you know what, before we go, let me just take a look at the available missions. So, mission offers, and right, so here, this one. Oh, right. This is where I stopped doing these missions, I believe, in my last playthrough. Basically, we can establish basically a superhighway around the Sanctuary of Darkness, and tell you what, I will accept this. I do believe this is going to be a very combat-heavy mission. In my last playthrough, I do believe we had to fly through the asteroid field and destroy a lot of bug ships, and I was given command of I don't think it was a carrier, maybe just a corvette, but basically a bigger ship, a medium one, I believe. So we might do that mission at some point. But this amount of credits as a reward is very, very tempting. So yeah, I think I might do this mission at some point. Maybe in the next episode, maybe a little bit later. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, so let me just take a look. This and this is oh right, this is for the scanning ship in Heretic's End. I will activate this one. This is just, you know, side missions, although we should do the ceremony as well. But you know what, that one can wait. By the way, what kind of missions do we have? Delivery, the Paranids, Terran Waters, Riptide. Oh right, the Scavengers and the Lodi Space. Right, okay. So we need to build a station apparently. Interesting. For these guys, we need to deliver water. Need to find some kind of sample. So anyways, we might do these missions at some point. But, you know, I think I will leave these in the back burner for now. So, next we might do the highway construction mission. But first, let me take care of these ones, because these have been in the back burner for way too long. So before we go, let's look at the station. It is right now, yeah, it is still building the third solid storage. It should be done in 1.5 minutes, and after that it will move on to the next stage. Let's just take some money off the balance books, put them into the construction funds. And now we are only missing about 500,000, so we already managed to carve off about $1 million from the overall budget. That's nice. And we have plenty of resources. This might be enough to build the energy cell production as well. I think that might be possible. If not, we have more coming in anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, I think we need to say goodbye now because we are over time. All that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.